Hello, welcome back to another episode of Dark Souls. In this one, we're going to be continuing forward towards the chapel and the blacksmith. But in this situation, I want to switch around my weapons, because while this Uchikatana is excellent, I really want to have a pokey weapon. Can I fast roll with both of these? No. Can I... What is the S-stock like in terms of... Yeah, pokey. We'll use the S-stock for a little bit, because we need a little bit of poke. Because there's some tight quarters moving up here. We don't want to get caught out with a wide swinging weapon in these tight quarters. Move around here. There should be a guy. No, where is he? Maybe it's one more here. There he is. And just... Whoa. Some serious knockback there. Go for the backstab. Excellent repulse damage. And I saw a summon sign. Oh, it's gone now. I am alive, so there is ability to summon, and I will try to summon for the first fight, just to show it off. And with this guy there, that phantom of another player is showing off what you can do in this situation. If you have a bow and enough arrows, you can shoot the tail of the dragon as many times as it takes in order to destroy the tail. And with a lot of bosses and creatures in Dark Souls, if you take care of their tails, you get a weapon. And so if you're having trouble with the beginning of the game, you can get here and you can just farm souls, use the merchant that I killed, don't kill him yet, buy a bunch of arrows, and then come up here and just plunk away at that tail until it dies. You can get the Drake sword, and that sword is absolutely amazing. It's really low stats, really high damage, but the thing is it doesn't scale at all, and you can't upgrade it. So what that means is that it's stuck at its current strength. So it's absolutely amazing at lower levels, but basically once you go, say, oh, he's healing, the bastard. Die. Once you go through the Undead Burg and, say, the depths, you start to get into Blighttown, it's going to start to not be as strong as a weapon that you could have upgraded yourself. Now, I'll just use my spear for these guys. Okay. I want to bait them out. I want to get back into a... Well, that was easy. I would say get back into a nice defensible location, which is right here, where they can't move, but I can. But he decided to commit suicide by jumping off into the endless pit. Such smart AI. Well, you saw there when the rat hit me. Oh, there's one more in here. I'll try to get him to do it. Come on. Hit me, rat. I want to show it off. Come on, rat. There. You see poison. Or at least... I think it's poison. It's one of the status effects, and different enemies will give you different status effects, and you have a resistance. You get rid of your built-up poison in the same rate no matter what, but you just have a bigger bar, so you can absorb more before you have the effect happen to you. But here we are in the undead parish, and unfortunately, this door is closed because the Drake is there, and the opening for it is on the other side. We're going to move up here. We're going to move forward. Pokey, pokey, and... Oh my god. He broke my... Oh, these guys are starting to heal. Although, thankfully, they have a very long time before from when they start the healing animation to when they... finish the healing animation. And what just happened there is I gained another Estus flask. And what that means is that somebody else in another game kindled the bonfire that I last rested at. So somebody kindled that bonfire that's halfway through the bridge, just back on the other side of this wall. And it gave me a free Estus. So now I'm at 11 out of 10. That's awesome. And we can see a whole bunch of enemies coming up here. Oh, we managed to aggro just one of them, which is great. We'll take care of him as we look at this entire thing. So we've got multiple swordsmen. We've got a pair of archers up on that bridge. There's an item to the left. There's fire. There's a, looks like a gate at the far distance there. And there's so much stuff to take in and look there that we have to... Oh, there we go. Use the heal and take him out. Now, there is a way to, sequence break through this. If you run in a specific pattern, you can actually run through this and get through the gate right before it puts down. So, as I move forward here, you're going to see the... what is it? This guy that's right above my head right here. He's going to run through the gate and he's going to close the gate. And that's going to prevent us from going that way and make us have to go an entirely different direction. We will go that way because that's the intended route, and this is what I want to do for this character, is sort of the intended route. But when I do my next playthrough, I'm going to sequence break and run right through there and not have to go in the other direction. So we can sneak here to the right side, and there's another opponent. We'll just aggro and then fall back, so we're not aggroing that boar yet. We don't want to deal with him just yet, but I think... No? Oh, I thought we aggroed the guy to run through the gate. Oh. I don't know what that sound was. We'll just kick this guy and spike him down. He's gone. Excellent. You can see we can do those 4 attacks in a row now because we've raised our endurance enough that we can do it, which means we have that extra burst that we can actually kill some of these guys before they get away. But we're going to switch to the Uchikatana here because it's a little bit stronger, and we have the strength now to wield it one-handed. So the route you would have to run if you wanted to get through that gate before it closed, but it just closed there as I was moving up here, is to move this direction and then go right to the corner. Let me just kick this guy. Ow, wow! Oh god, oh god! That's what happens when you screw up in this game. It punishes you. Oh god. Screw this guy. I'm going to take care of these archers. They're the more annoying part. And they're the easier to kill. Whew. Okay. Alluring skulls. A brief moment of respite here. So, you would take this pathway up here, and right at this corner where I'm standing, you would jump off and go towards the gate. And you just have enough time, like just barely enough time to get through. Ow, ow. God damn assholes. There's that guy coming up behind me. Get that backstab off. Finish him off. Thankfully, my animation, I'm invincible during it, so I'm able to dodge that guy's attack, get around him, and finish him off with a backstab as well. So now we're left with the combat situation of this boar. And there are so many ways of killing this boar. It's a really interesting battle, actually. The only place on him that is weak is that butt there. You can do, I would say, a backstab. It's more a butt stab on this guy. And so, there we go. That is one technique, although it's really hard to land that attack. So, you can do some other things. You can use the alluring skull. They gave them to you there for a reason. They're to bait this guy into a fire pit in which he will kill himself. Or you have those black fire bombs you picked up earlier. You can just chuck them at him right here. Just use them to explode on his face. Which, let's give that a try. Let's just, well, we use not one of the black ones. We use just a normal firebomb here. So you can do this. You can firebomb him from above if you don't want to fight him. You can plink away at him with arrows, and it'll take a whole lot of arrows, but you'll eventually get it done. Or we can do the more entertaining one, which is the... we'll get rid of this one for now. We'll get the alluring skull, and we'll go and we'll do an alluring skull trap. There it is. What we're going to do I'm going to come down here. And I want to aim that way. And throw the alluring skull down in that location. And you see that makes the enemy walk into that position. Whoop. You can use this to either bait him into a fire or use it to smack his booty. I'm trying to line up. You kind of throw your items where the top of your head is. So I'm trying to line up. Hit the wall there. Ooh. Oh well. This is not working the way I wanted it to. We're just going to reset back up here. I think I'm going to try throwing it down into that fire pit. I want to get this to work. And I don't really use alluring skulls in any other place, so I'll use them all up here if I need to. No! God damn it. Okay, I need to be pointing that direction too. It's so difficult to make these work. Okay, that should work. No! It wasn't good enough. Oh! That did a little damage. But oh wow, it did a lot of damage. So that's what you can do, is you can bait him into running into the fire like that. And it's just another way, interesting way you can use the environment to kill your opponents. We'll put on this gold pine resin again. And I think we'll just have to try to do some baiting attacks on this guy. And there's two places that you can do it. You can go back through the start. He won't follow you down through the start after a certain distance, or you can drop your way down here and drop down in here. Oh, ow. Okay, never mind. He does. Oh god, he doesn't follow you down there the certain distance, but I did not do that correctly. I did that too slowly, and thankfully I got away with my life. God damn. Although when we do take them out, we get a really cool helmet. You know what? Screw you. Say hello to my little friend. Aha! Fire! And one more. Goodbye. I'm a coward, I know, but whatever. I hardly use these items for anything. Oh no, he didn't drop the helmet. RNG based. So, this bastard here. Bastard. You close the door. We have to go down this way. And imminent trap. Be wary of trap. They're both very, very true. As we move forward here, multiple enemies will spawn from each side and rush us. But we have our Uchikatana. We are good. Bait attack animations. Move forward. Kick them out. And just top up. Got lots of Estus before we get to the next bonfire. Get a broken straight sword. So, imminent attack. Where would it be coming from? To the sides? Yes. Alright. Just gotta be careful. These guys are quite annoying. Not that scary if you deal with them properly. But they just can be annoying. Especially in packs. Or when they do their rushy attacks. Those are really annoying. Move up here. One more guy. Come on. Here you go. Good little undead. Stay down. And I can pick up the mystery key. I wonder what that could be used for. I know exactly what it is, and I'll show you when we get there. Up this ladder. Two more guys at the top of the ladder here. Just block their attacks. And chunk them down real easy. And flourish for a backstab. Aha! Easy peasy. And we will move along this rafter here. as I check my time for this episode, 15 minutes in. And you just want to walk nice and slowly, walk along the rafter, and get a free Soul of the Lost Undead. Helps a little bit if you aim down. That way you can actually see where your feet are, so you don't slip off. It's not death if you slip off there, but just a little bit of extra damage that you don't need to take. Up here, nothing in any of these barrels. We're going to move through and continue through the white light. Oh, how wonderful. And oh, we're back to that position there. We're just on that one bridge that was a little bit higher. Now, left is the way towards continuing stuff, but we're going to go right because there's our first Balder Knight. And these are important enemies because they drop good things. We snuck up. Just going to walk up nice and slow like. Be all sneaky. And then chunk them down. These guys have rapiers, and they have the ability to parry you. And oh my god, they're annoying when they're in parry mode. But ooh, there's an opponent there. If you had an arrow, or if you wanted to use a bow and arrow, you could shoot this guy from here. Why don't we give that a try? I have that, I have a crossbow. Why don't I do this? Yeah. Aha! Gotcha, you bastard. And we can do a little bit of damage to him. Now he's going to run down and around to our location, so we're just going to swap back into our Uchikatana. Get our shield up as he's coming. We actually also got a new shield. The Knight's Shield. Which, I don't see him coming yet. Although the game doesn't pause when you're in menus like this. So this guy's slightly heavier, slightly more damage, and slightly worse, actually. So we're just going to stay with the Hollow Shield. He might have reset his thing, but there's an opponent here, another spear guy, which we'll just kick our way through. And, ooh, pillage the body. Oh, we got another shield. Not that I need it, but we have another one. There is a pincer attack. We're going to have one of those Balder Knights on our left, and that spear guy that we shot before on our right. He's right there. And Mr. Knight right there. So there's a couple different ways you can do this situation. You can just focus one guy down. We can also go back to that previous position now that the guy's reset, and we can shoot him another couple times with arrows and slowly chunk him down, sort of thing. Put that crossbow back on, my bolts back on. I'm slow rolling now because it's heavier, but we can no, I lost my lock. No, come on, guy. Oh, he said no. Maybe I can get there in time for him to aggro outside of that room. No time to take off my thing. No, it's not going to work. So this is the other way you can do it. Let's take these off for speed. And the guy on the right is going to be slower than the guy on the left. So we're going to charge the guy on the left. And we're going to get around him. And we're going to attack him. And now they're lined up. And now this combat is so much easier because we only have to deal with one opponent at a time instead of being pincered. Very long after attack animation on that. Allows you to get a nice good attack. And this guy's already damaged, but we're just going to kick him. And deal with his shield that way. Take him out. Excellent. Now, you can go multiple different ways down here, but we're just going to go to the left for now. We'll come back to this in a moment. But this is the other side of the gate. With this asshole that put down the gate. You're gonna die. That's what you get for putting out a gate in my way. We get the basement key. And this is the thing that allows us to go down to get our way towards the depths, to go down to the Capra Demon. So, but we don't need to do that yet. We've opened the gate so we can go back through here and make it much easier to get through. And not have to do that again. But over here is a very, very loved weapon of mine, the halberd. I won't be using it on this playthrough, but I might be using it on another one. But here we'll go through the church. And we'll slowly drag out these opponents. We're going to fight them one at a time, so we're not getting ourselves over committed. Do a nice backstab there. And it sucks when they're standing up. Their hitbox isn't there while they're doing their recovery animation, so there's no point swinging. We got a Titanite shard, which is an upgrade item. Now we can hear a few steps. We got an opponent on our left, actually. So we're right there. Come on, show ourselves to him. Will he aggro on us? There he is. Excellent. So, by paying attention to the sound, we learned that there is an opponent there, and we were able to avoid that pincer ambush. We're just dueling him down here. And we're going to see if he goes into his riposte mode. Oh, and you see what happened there is he had bleed damage occur. The Uchikatana and some other bladed weapons have a secondary effect, which is bleed, which is one of the... oh, he's healing. Chomp him. Which is one of the status effects. So status effects happen on everything in the game, which is something that Dark Souls is really, really consistent about, is if it happens to you, it can be happen to anything. So basically what is happening is I was filling my opponent's bleed meter, and when it fills, it just takes off a portion of their maximum health, which is very nice. It takes several hits to do so, but it's actually extremely powerful versus specific bosses, which is why the Uchikatana is such a good weapon, is you can bleed bosses, and that takes a lot of damage off them. And if we're listening close here, we can see that we can hear the pitter-patter of feet all above us. We're going to move forward here, going down the pews, but we're going to look up and above, and there's the first channeler we encounter, and he is a caster, and he will be shooting at us from afar. We right now are not going to go into this church from this direction. What we're going to do is we're going to back out here, we're going to go out and around and come at it from the side, because I'm not going to fight these guys in here just yet. I'm going to do it in probably the next or the episode after that. What we're going to hear is we're going to come around this side, and this gives us the side entrance to the church. And also is a couple more hollows, which are much easier to fight. Come on. Stupid hollows. Two-hand these. Ow! No! There we go. Oh, and you see there is all sorts of white soapstone signs here, as people are queuing up to help people fight the boss at the end of this area. Take this guy out. But for now, we're just going to go down to the right here, as this is an important location to get to, as it is the next bonfire. Although it is not the best bonfire in the area. Well, I guess it could be the best bonfire because it is close to the blacksmith. You can hear him working away as we move down the stairs here. Bonfire! Light it. And we will rest at it, as I'm 25 minutes into this episode, approximately. We will kindle it, because we're still alive. We haven't died yet since we first reversed our hollowing, and we got that one humanity from killing a whole bunch of enemies in a zone. So we have this place now up to 10 Estus. And this is the way to Sen's Fortress. We won't go much further along in the series, but now we're going to head down here and talk to the blacksmith.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre, a restorer. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
Alright, so this is the blacksmith, and he gives us all of our options to repair and reinforce and do all that kind of stuff. But first, we're going to learn gesture. Hurrah. Excellent.
I'll be seeing you.
We can do that. Press escape. Excellent. We can do that, and this one you can make into hurrah. Huh, hooray! And you can do all those gestures when you're doing jolly cooperation to show off awesomeness.
Well,
But
hello again. Music need.
we need things forged. First thing we're going to do is we're going to repair things. So your weapons do take damage over time and will cost really negligible amounts of souls to fix unless you completely break them. So you can patch up your equipment. This guy also sells the repair box, which we can do this at the bonfire ourselves. And it's 1,000 souls less than that other guy, so I saved 1,000 souls by waiting for this. He also gives us the weapon and armor smith box, which allows us to do our own reinforcing. We're not going to get these yet because we're going to be still in this area, and we can just come back to him. But we'll get these in the future. And he's also got a whole bunch of other weapons here. And arrows, in case you're a long-range character and you need to resupply. And he also sells Titanite shards, which allow you to reinforce your weapons, which we're going to do right now. We're going to reinforce this Uchikatana. I think this is going to be one of my main weapons for this playthrough. It costs 200 souls and a Titanite shard, so it's great that we found one on one of those nights earlier. And we're going to enforce it to Uchikatana +1. You can see that it's going to gain 9 attack. And we're going to go from 17 to 19 bonus. So not only is it going to gain 9 base attack, but our parameter bonus, how much it scales bases off of a stat, is going to go B to B, but it's going to be a slightly better B, you know what I mean? And so we're going to go from 17 to 19 bonus. Upgrade it. Excellent. And so now our Uchikatana is slightly stronger, and we're doing more damage. So all those points that I could have put into dexterity are better spent purchasing Titanite shards and reinforcing weapons. Now we're just going to buy another one. We're just going to do this a couple times. 2 more for an Uchikatana +3. How much are these? Okay, we'll do this one more time. And then we're kind of out of money for this. But we have an Uchikatana +3. Which is going to be a very nice weapon for us as we continue on. We'll upgrade this to +5 as quickly as we can. Other than that, we can repair our armors, and I think we're good for now.
Don't get yourself killed.
I definitely will. I will get myself killed eventually. But this should be good for this episode of the Dark Souls playthrough. I almost said for this episode of the Steam free-to-play. Oh my god. I'm so used to making that one. But next episode, we're going to be unlocking some shortcuts, gathering some more things from Firelink Shrine that we were not able to gather before, and possibly taking on the first major boss, the gargoyles. So, thank you for watching, and good hunting.